So what inspired me to start creating paper carvings was the artist Maude Alta, or Maude White. I found her on Instagram just in like the explore page, and I was like, oh my god, like this is insane. It was so delicate. They're really whimsical, which I've always like admired fairy tales and that just whimsicality of them. So right after that, I was just like, I need to see if I can do this. So I tried it. I fell in love with the medium immediately, and I just went on from there. So like I was saying, fairy tales have definitely been a really big inspiration for me. I studied them for the English side of my degree as well. So I'll usually just kind of read them. I'll take different aspects from different ones and I'll kind of make different combinations, and definitely online resources as well, just like online bloggers, artists on Tumblr, anything from that I will try and like draw inspiration from and just go from there. Each carving definitely like varies in the amount of time it takes to complete them. Usually my larger ones that are about like 2 to 3 feet, they take anywhere from like 15 to 30 hours, which is a lot of patience that I have to like, so awkward. Some of the smaller ones, they usually take like around like 4 or 5 hours, depending on how quickly I cut them. I'll usually just put on Netflix and just carve away until I'm done. I experimented with all different kinds of papers when I first started doing them, just to find what one had a good grain, a good weight to it. I usually started with the 40-pound paper, which was like a little heavier, kind of like a cardstock sort of thing. And I tried thinner papers as well, but some of them tear, some of them are too hard to cut. So right now I've just been using cardstock sort of paper for the base, and then to cut them I use different types of blades, just like X-Acto knives, some that have a swivel edge, some are rounded, sharp, just depending on what type of look I'm going for with the piece. My favorite part is definitely when they're finished, because I can finally enjoy the carving itself, but I think I really like designing them just because they are all line work based, so it's pretty fun to just try and make everything connect and figure out how I'm going to cut them so everything stays in one piece. My least favorite part about paper carving is when the knife slips and I cut the wrong piece, because I could be like 70% done a carving, I'll have one little slip up and I have to start from scratch. So that's definitely not the best part of paper carving. If I started exploring different options with paper carving, I think I would want to try and do 3D installations. The paper type that I use right now, since it is more durable, it has more of a flexibility to it. So I can get really detailed with it, but it's still a strong piece. So I think it would be cool to try and take it to another level and see if I could combine different sheets of paper, if I could somehow stitch them together and create something more three-dimensional rather than a flat piece. One thing I want to add is, if anybody's interested in exploring the medium of paper carving, you definitely need to have patience with it and don't give up, because the beginning ones you're going to screw up so many times, which is annoying, but once you get the hang of it, you can really just cut pieces quickly, and it's a very rewarding feeling once you're done. I haven't really had any issues with the medium. The only thing is, again, like, when you screw up. Screwing up is definitely something that you have to overcome. Sometimes I get really frustrated because you'll work so hard on a design and sometimes your design just doesn't match up when you're carving. It just doesn't work, so you'll have to re-plan, rethink, get new paper, and just kind of start from scratch, which is frustrating sometimes, but that's one of the difficulties I have to overcome.